I never noticed that, I think because we were crouching at the end of the previous encounter, our character model is still crouching, maybe? It seems a little silly, but with that being said though, hello Rivalry friends, and welcome back to Max Plays Shadowrun Returns! On the previous episode, I introduced you all to Tempest, Cyberpunk Jojimbo, bodyguard, following her own code of cybernetic Bushido, and just defeating everybody with totally awesome badass melee weapons. With all that being said though, we also met Sam Watts, our old friend, and we had a flashback, and then, we separated, went our own way. Sengoma was the MVP, and now we're back in the land of the present or the future, and we're gonna be reading what's going on next. I don't know if there'll be an encounter this time around. There's a lot of reading between here and then, so we'll have to wait and see. You stare at Sam's face on your comlink. Shake off the memory. Focus. Did your shirt change color? I had your back that night, didn't I? Now, I'm asking myself, who would care if I die? Who would give a rat's ass? Better or worse, your name's at the top of the list. Maybe it's the only name on the list. So, I set up a dead man switch to send you this call. I got 100,000 new yen insurance policy, payable when you find who creased me. Alive with a conviction or in a body bag with justification. Either works. That is so freaking cool. That is so cool, I swear. The idea of a dead man switch, a thing that turns on when you die, it's so incredibly cool. Especially in a world when, you could probably die. Did I save the game? Let me save the game real. I can't save the game. Alright, you got me, game. You got me. I was being all safe. Anyways, advance. Contact my law firm, Rogers, Mengert and McLean. When the job is done, they'll tell you what to do. He turns to his left. Chet? Oh, time for super smooth voice. The camera switches swivels to show a well-dressed man sitting next to Sam. Pursuant to Mr. Watts' wishes, Rogers, Mengert, and McCain has installed a secure, dedicated phone line so you may contact us directly when the task is complete. We will then begin a verification process. Know that you must also be on a secure landline to access this number. We will not accept transmissions from comlinks or other devices. The camera swivels back to Sam. Sam straightens up, talks seriously, first time. Look, Tempest, I've led a Drek life and I probably left a Drek corpse. I've heard people, heard myself. I don't know. Maybe I just want the last word. Maybe I just want someone to give a crap that I sucked air for a while. What do you say? That's actually really nice, actually. I'll get to the bottom of this. Someone will pay. I'd say I've traded a drinking buddy for a paycheck. That's mean! I'd say my schedule's pretty clear right now. 100,000 yen buys a lot of drinks. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I'll get to the bottom of this. Someone will pay. I just hope you said yes. Objective complete. Got a job? Any job. It's gonna be like my voice. It's gonna be like a little gnome voice. I've got a locator chip slotted in my head these days. When my heart stops, it'll activate. That's how you'll find me. See you on this lab. Guess I'm heading back to Seattle. Rest in peace, Sam. See you in Seattle. Well, Seattle can't be any worse than this. I'm not too sure about this. This feels a little bit, I don't know. Would she be respectful? I guess she would be. Yeah. This is too casual. Rest in peace, Sam. See you in Seattle. At last, Tempest has come back to Seattle. Dead man switch. Your plane hits the tarmac with a jolt. Welcome to Seattle. Would you mind some space Starbucks? The chilly northwest rain obscures your vision as you step onto the tarmac. Emerald City Comic Con is going on right now. There are tons of nerds everywhere. Before long, you're sitting on the cramped backseat of a cab, following the signal from Sam's locator chip into the heart of the Redmond Barrens. Organ grinders, a legal chop shop for body parts, whether from the living or the dead. If you're hurting bad enough for new yen, this is the place to sell a limb or an organ. It's also a good place to dispose of an inconvenient body while making a little cash on the side. This franchise is the closest thing the Barrens has to a morgue. It seems this is where Sam Watt's body has ended up. You open the door and you're assaulted by the smell of dead and bleach. I love those so much. This game is so well written, I swear. And I love the little descriptions. He goes all the way. New objective. Ask the coroner about Sam Watts. Tempest has like that really funny voice. It's like the different version of Siri on her phone, and she likes it too much to not, to turn it off. She's just a giant nerd. The smell of death and decomposition washes over you, only slightly masked by the minty, fake fresh of industrial-grade antiseptic. I don't like that those go away before I can read them. Whoa. Okay, that's zoom out. There's a chance to... I can talk to things, can't I? Oh, wait. Breaking news! Telestrian CEO James Telestrian III to announce new Seattle Research Division. Sources say press conference to come at 6 to 9 p.m. They should generally be like a little thing here. Who cares? Welcome to the morgue, everybody. And I'm gonna have to give this guy a funny voice. His name is Dresden. Cute. Did the game? Okay. Sometimes I feel like the game just freezes on me. Hovering over the recently departed is a small dwarf, whistling a tune. His broad grin says, I love my job. A little more than you want or expect from someone in the chop shop trade. As you approach, he looks up with a lopsided grin. And I have a lopsided grin as I realize that I did not turn on my timer. Excuse the interruption. That should make up for my mistakes. There you go. As you approach, he looks up with a lopsided grin. There's something kindly in his eyes, though it might just be a stray reflection of chrome and surgical tools. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Dresden. Sorry, didn't expect any visitors at this hour. And some asshole at a corporate took my receptionist. Well, they're dating, okay, gosh. Can you just give her a day off? What can I do for you, ma'am? Are you the coroner? I am John Dresden, the organ grinder's branch manager here. So yeah, that makes me this franchise area's coroner too. And you are? Tempest. I'm here for Sam Watts. Tempest, I represent a man named Sam Watts, and I'm here to look into his murder. No one you've heard of. Now tell me about Sam Watts. Psh. This here is like too much. Hello, I'm the protagonist of a video game. Sam Tempest. Sam Tempest. Tempest. I'm here about Sam Watts. That's how they met. They both have the same first name. His green fate. And what makes you think I know anything about that? Sam had a locator chip embedded in his skull. I followed it here. I see. Well, you're right. He is here. Not too many people know about the murder yet, though, the press haven't caught wind of it yet. What with it being all the way out here in the Barrens. So, who told you he was dead? Sam did. When his heart stopped, 10,000 yen was wired to a secure account in my name. I find the killer, I get paid. I'm not telling you this at all. I'm not telling you anything about money. Sam's Digital Ghost. I love that line, by the way. Digital Ghost is also the title of my upcoming cyberpunk romance story. When his heart stopped, I got sent a recorded message asking me to bring his killer to justice. Guess he had a hunch. I am not mentioning the money. Are you crazy? Are you silly? I would never mention the money. That's ridiculous. The dwarf raises his eyebrows, a smile wiping the suspicion from his face. That man's switch, huh? Fascinating! Enthralling! Magnificent! Bravo! Bazinga! Hussa! I was working on him earlier. He's over here. I love his running animation. He's like... taka, 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 taka. Okay. Let's get back down here.
He's my second Emerald City Ripper victim. The third one was downtown.
Ripper, huh? I guess the classics never go out of style. Sounds grisly. Emerald City Ripper? I would have to ask, because, you know, the Emerald City Ripper could just be like... It could just be like the name people give to the crazy fans at Emerald City Comic Con who just trample on people. That could just be it, you know? I don't know what an Emerald City Ripper is. He sighs. Not my title. That's what the Seattle prison system calling the killer. All I know is that like the original, Jack R. Ripper knows how to handle a scalpel. But this one's even more twisted. He or she always removes an internal organ from the victim. Thank you for that. And also, you may be thinking to yourselves, okay, that's just dumb. How do they know about Jack the Ripper? This is taking place in our world. Literally, in the year 1999 or some year around that vague area, magic came back to the world, and now there were metahuman, dwarves and orcs and elves who are basically metahumans, mutations, who look like fantasy creatures that we remember. And that's badass. That is so awesome. Because it literally makes sense. They can just quote Jack the Ripper. They can quote One Direction. Tempest's ringtone could be, One Direction's Night Changes. I like that song. Leave me alone. What price did the Reaper take from Sam? Delicious. A trophy hunter. What was it? And... Oh, I didn't mean to click that, but maybe it makes sense for Tempest. We'll have to wait and see.
What's his liver was clearly caught out.
Funny, because he drank a lot. Maybe he had like a steel liver. How about the other looking contestants? Whiz. What else? I don't even know what whiz. Whiz is like the lamest thing to say. It's like the thing your mom would say to think that shit was cool. Whiz. No. How about the other lucky contestants?
The first victim's heart was missing, and the third had the spleen removed.
Oh, crack. McCluskey. I love McCluskey. McCluskey is like awesome. Dresden. Dresden. Get over here. Get over. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I like. You have no idea what I'm picturing in my mind, but it's like where the sound is coming from like the bottom of my mouth, I guess. Dresden. Get over here.
Hey!
Let's start taking crap. I'm here about the new Ripper victim, Sam Woods. Sam's body is half covered by a sterile surgical sheet. His face, an ashen white. He's pretty fly for an ashen white guy. He's dead. For the first time without a smirk on it. Below the chest, there's a small, pencil-thin incision covered in dried blood. Beyond that, the corpse is immaculate. It would seem that the killer knew exactly what they wanted from him, and took it. That's an inspirational quote if I've ever seen one. Next to Sam are several plastic envelopes containing the evidence found on his body. You can examine evidence through the bag without spoiling it. Let's look at business cards. Moving things around, you can make out that it's a car from a place called the Seamstress Union. I know it's called the Seamstress Union, but the first time I read that I read unicorn, so it's gonna be the Seamstress Unicorn from now on, okay? There's something handwritten on the back, but blood has made it illegible. Cred stick are credit cards, by the way. It's a standard, cheap, unsecured cred stick. No way of knowing what's in it without slotting it. Take the cred stick. Yeah, you slot the cred stick into your PDA. 300 new yen is added. I guess it is added because it's one object to your account. Let's look at the purple shirt. It's my purple shirt. It's Sam's shirt. Several of the buttons are missing, and blood has thoroughly soaked it. The back slushes a bit in your hand. Ew. Look at handwritten note. You can only see part of the note, given the torn off bits and bloodstains. Sam, I feel terrible that we have been long to say, see you there. Love, Jessica. Okay, I was doing this sort of like cutesy anime igu female voice without knowing that it was Jessica. I was hoping that it would be like love, Mark. So they were arguing. Cute. Oh, Sam, always getting yourself in trouble. We were basically stealing his medicines. Is there anything else? I don't think so. Okay, so let's go see what McCluskey. I will crush your face, little girl. Okay, that's kind of like a big bad wolf, I guess. Towering over the diminutive coroner is a homicide detective right out of Central Casting. If you ignore the tusk, pointed ears, and Neanderthal brow, you can smell his cheap aftershave from a mile away. I love the idea that this guy is a total business detective. Like, he's not like I'm a is he a troll or an orc? He's an orc. Like, I'm an orc, so I'm gonna be like dirty. You know, he's like clean cut, aftershave, well dressed, tie. Comes in for work, he stays a little bit extra to make sure all the paperwork is done, and then goes home to help his kids with his homework. That's a good man. What would be his kids' names? They'd be like really cutesy names. Blossom. Oh my god, McCluskey's little girl is named Blossom. So this new Ripper victim, Vic. What's name's familiar? Didn't his mother kill herself a while back? The coroner frowns.
So you insisted at the time?
He chortled. Come on, she offed herself. I had her in very good authority. Come on, she offed herself. I had her in very good authority. Now let's go, Dresden. Give me something to work with here. This Ripper case is my ticket to lieutenant's badge.
I've already posted everything I know. The killer stuns the target with a combination of drugs and magic.
Aren't they the same thing? I'm sorry.
Then removes a single internal organ while they're still alive. Wicked! Huzzah! The perpetrator is most likely right-handed with the slim hand that knows its way around the scalpel. Has a decent understanding of human and meta-human anatomy, too.
It would be weird, yeah, it's like meta-human, of course, being things that are not human, which, you know, what's your human privilege, you know? It is funny, though, thinking the idea that, like, dwarves have different organs inside of them. I just imagine that, or, like, orcs have just bigger organs inside of them, but, you know, crazy. Do animals have organs that we don't, well, I guess some animals do have organs that we don't have, like, those defense mechanism things. Head cannon, orcs have, like, ink jets. Or ink bags, I guess. So, I'm looking for a whacked out surgeon.
Not necessarily. I don't know any surgeons who still use scalpels anymore. These days it's all done with computer-controlled lasers. Cool! The future! Could be anyone from a military field surgeon to an antique medicine aficionado.
I'm loving Dresden so much. That voice is like a scrouchier version of my voice for Random from Roger Zelazny's Chronicles of Amber. I love Random so much. He's my favorite character of that series. He is not treated very well in that series. I'm looking at you, Roger Zelazny, who's been dead for like 20 years. You forgot what his hair was like. I can't believe that. We go from book 5 to book 6, and now Random is tall and has muscles and has short brown hair, when he's always been lanky, short, and had long blonde hair. How dare you, Roger Zelazny? How dare you? I'm so angry. I'm still angry at that. Still angry at that. Never forget. Hashtag never forget Random. I've been meaning to rant about that for like years. Don't mind me. You're no damn help, dwarf.
That's racist, McCluskey.
The Lone Star detective finally notices you. You note his superhuman powers of observation. Clever. Who the hell are you? I'm nobody. You didn't hear nothing. It should be a comma there. I'm new in town. You're the welcome committee? It's strength of 4. None of your business, Lumpy. So, the cool thing about this game is that there are times when your abilities can give you multiple dialogue options. Kind of like we picked a security background. There will be times in the game where that security background will give us extra information or allow us to skip certain hurdles. If we had a strength of 4, which we don't, we will be able to actually scream in the face of, Lumpy, which is kind of mean, because that's just the way he was born. He was born that way. Are you the detective on this case? I was hired by Sam Watts to assist you in finding his killer. He would spit on my face. I'm not gonna lie to you. He would just be like, assist me? Does it look like I need assistant, lady? I'm on my way to lieutenant's badge, and I don't need no help from nobody. McCluskey is a single dad who don't need help from nobody. Oh my god, gotta take care of Blossom. Little baby orc girl Blossom. What would she even say? No, I don't like any of these options. Okay, well, let's go with this one. She would be kind of really straightforward, you know, because she works with security. Maybe she has a little bit of a history doing, like freelance work for, like, the police, upwarding whatever she wants. Let's say it was California. She was in California. She was working in San Francisco. I love San Francisco. Are you the detective on this case? I was hired by Sam Watts to assist you in finding his killer. That trick you were! You get anywhere near my investigation and it will be you on the slab, human. Racism! He looks back at the dwarf. Dresden, get me more. I'm putting someone in cell or... Wait. I'm putting someone in a cell or a box this week and claiming my thank McCluskey. Classic McCluskey. Dresden, get me more. I'm putting someone in the cell or a box this week and claiming my promotion. Well, he seems like a nice guy. Is he gonna say that? Dresden looks amused. Do you always make friends that easily? Well, yeah, I have a total of 20 friends on Cyberbook. One of them is Sam and he's dead. That's so sad. That is actually really sad. 19 friends now. Sengoma's still her friend though. I'm great at dinner parties too. I don't do friends. That makes me really sad. I'm gonna go with that. Well, he didn't seem like my type. No. I don't do friends. He cocks his head to one side. Be straight with me. She don't do that. You're really gonna work for the dead man? Sam was there when I needed him. I'm going to return the favor. A job's a job, and this one pays better than most. I'm going to bring his killer to justice. At least street justice. Street justice is also the title of my upcoming comic book, superhero comic book, coming to Image. Yep. I'm working with the guy who created Spawn. You know, it's gonna be pretty awesome. Street justice. Yeah. Cracks the knuckles. Yeah, it's like she's feeling a little bad that McCluskey like made her look like a fool. So she's now gonna be all like, I'm cool, Dresden. Okay, I'm totally cool. I don't do friends, but I'm totally cool. I am going to bring his killer to justice. At least street justice. Deal with it. Fascinating. Again, Detective McCluskey isn't interested in anything but Detective McCluskey. He'd convict his own mother if it meant another 10 million a week in his paycheck. Plus, he's on the take. Dresden pauses, considering. You have honor after a fashion. I try to honor the dead in my work, so we have that in common. I honor them by holding out their entrails and taking pictures for my Snapchat. His account went out. So I'll insert inside out joke here somewhere. So what can I do to help you? On the take, who's paying to hold his leash? What was that McCluskey said about Sam's mother? What are organs worth these days? Who still uses scalpels? Have you heard of the seamstress unicorn? I just need to know one more thing. Where was Sam killed? Okay, this is clearly Evans's plot. Let's just take them one by one. I don't know, but someone with the major pool has been looking out for McCluskey's career. And the wallet. What was that McCluskey said about Sam's mother? The official report is that she committed suicide about a year ago. Is that Jennifer? Aren't you the official in that sentence? You don't buy that? Sounds like you disagree with the findings. That is so much Tempest. That is literally like shot in lightning and storm. My name's on the report, but my actual findings left some, you can call them doubts. I can't say that it wasn't suicide, but there were some unusual bruises on her upper arms, and she didn't use her dominant hand to pull the trigger.
I was told to drop it, so I dropped it. Like a mic.
He also does stand-up comedy. He's pretty funny. Insert short stack related joke here. I spent 3 hours writing today, so don't expect me to be making funny jokes. I thought I've made some pretty jokes so far, but you get the feeling. What are organs worth these days?
A whole healthy body can be a bunch of yen, but individual organs, not worth as much anymore, with all the synth and cyber stuff on the market these days. Organ grinders only deals. Oh, okay, it's multiples. Organ grinders only deals in the recently deceased. There's a plenty of other chop shops that aren't as picky though, and they don't care where the bodies came from either.
Who still uses scalpels?
Doctors still learn how to use them in their first year of medical school, as do coroners.
Coronels. English is so weird, you guys. Why is that R pronounced as an L? Excuse me.
But neither profession uses them as much anymore. It's possible some of the slimier chop shops still use scalpels, I suppose, but I wouldn't know where to look.
You know where to look, Dresden. They add you on LinkedIn. You know them, they know you. Have you heard of this seamstress unicorn?
It's a nearby club in the Barrens that attracts lowlifes. You'll probably like it. Excuse me. Me, I'm not really the going out type. Always too much to be done around here. Plus, the dead are just easier to get along with.
I like you, Dresden. He's funny. I just need to know one more thing. Where was Sam killed? Dresden looks up at you.
Objective complete! Ask the coroner about Sam Waltz. Karma gain 2.
We just leveled up. I like that in this game you gain stats by advancing the story. That is pretty cool. It's not all just like, let's grind combat.
You know, I might be able to do you one better. No, you know, I might be able to do you one better. Why don't you poke around those body lockers in the back and see if you find anything useful?
Okay, I'll go do that. Do you know where the murder site is or not? That is What would Tempest do? Yeah, let's go. Let's humor the little dwarf. He's clearly like not problematic at all. Let's just humor him. Okay then, I'll go do that. Yeah, let's loot your place. More medkits.
Basic medkit.
And Doc Wagon's basic trauma kit, which is for reviving dead members. And this here is basically like time for silliness to just break open, because who is inside of this thing? The cold storage drawer is labeled John Doe, but the internal thermostat is set to 21 degrees Celsius. I don't know Celsius anymore, so open the drawer. Yeah, hell yeah. If you're in a morgue, I'm opening all the drawers, because one of them holds all the snacks, clearly. If you work in a morgue, clearly that's where you keep your lunch. It's morbid and funny at the same time. And then you do the things where, like, I'm in the middle of a joke, excuse me. You do the thing where, like, everybody keeps their lunch in the same slab, but then, like, one day somebody switches over, so, like, you know, like, freaking, like, Dresden is going to go get his, his favorite burger, and then opens it up, and there's a dead body in there. Just surgeon humor. It's hilarious. But with all that being said, I'm gonna let you see who is in the box, and then we'll end the episode. The cold storage drawer opens to reveal the fully clothed body of a man, arms folded across his chest, in addition to sporting some of the brightest orange you have ever seen. The body seems to be in a very good condition. Jack Armitage. Whoa, easy there. And that's where I will leave you, because if you are all familiar with the original Super Nintendo Shadowrun game, doom 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 doom, chaka 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 doom 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 doom, you know who this already is. With all that being said, I want to thank you for watching. I will be seeing you in the next episode of Max Plays Shadowrun. Like, subscribe, do all the socially related things, and I'll be seeing you soon. Mwah!